Okay, guys, listen up, please. Listen up. And I'm going to announce the starting lineup in just a second here. But before that, now a lot of you have seen a dramatic improvement in your batting recently. So I just want to take this moment to officially welcome Pause onto the coaching staff. Congratulations, mate. Well done. Hey guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to the Detroit Tigers, Season 4, Episode 5. And today it's the beginning of the post-All-Star season. We face the Cleveland Guardians at home, but there is a lot to catch you up on, so we'll try and get through this as quickly as we possibly can without rushing things. Now, first thing we'll notice here on the homepage is Spencer Torkelson out for 4 weeks. He has concussion, so let's hope he gets better first. I've suffered concussion myself, and it's not nice. So we want him back as soon as possible. But of course, we don't want to rush him. But we want to rush him back because he has been a really, really good player for us. Now, what has happened is basically the bats have really held it up pretty much since Paul's got involved. So let's deal with on-field stuff first, and then we can go back to off-field stuff. So we'll go and have a look here, and we will see, where did we leave off? We left off against Boston, wasn't it? So we had a series then against Seattle. We won 1 of 3. We did shut them out. Now, Seattle are a very good team, the best league in the American League. So the fact that we had, 2 close games and then a 4-0 win, I thought was quite positive, actually. So that was decent. We then had our makeup game against the Jays. We're not going to talk about that one. Then we faced the Dodgers. So this is basically 3 of the best 4 teams in baseball that we faced sort of within a week of each other. And we won 1 game against the Dodgers, which, away in LA to take 1 off them is not too bad. In the 3rd game here, though, you'll see here in the 8th, we did our best to come back, but it was a dingler grand slam. I believe it's a first grand slam for him, and that got it close, but we just weren't quite able to finish things off. The 4 runs we gave up in the 7th didn't help that, did they? But if we go down here, we can see there, it was not necessary, it was a little bit of a rotated side, and there's Dingler down the bottom there. And the pitching side of things, Weathers didn't do horribly, but it was Basso really, wasn't it? 1.1 inning, 3 earned runs. That didn't help. So there we go. That was that particular game. Then we went on a run. And a very good run indeed. We swept Kansas City at home. We then swept a 4-game series against the Twins. Now, the 6-0 here in the first game of the series, you can see it was only 3 hits for the Twins. You can see our batting there. Austin Meadows having a good day out. Castillo, who was playing first base for the most part, to be honest, with Torkelson out, he hit a 3-run home run as well. And if we go down to the pitching, you can see there, Matt Manning, a shutout, only giving up 3 hits and 1 walk. That's quite an impressive performance, isn't it? So that was good to see from Matt Manning. As I said, we swept the 4-game series there. Then we played Cleveland again. We won 1 in extra innings. We go over the page here to July, and we won the 2nd game. Finally lost a game there in the 3rd game, and that was just a bit not quite sure what happened there. Kansas City came around. Speaking of knowing what happened, 16 runs we conceded in this one. And again, don't really understand. Just a little bit out of the blue. To score 9 runs and lose was always annoying. We then had a 2-0 shutout to have a complete opposite game. And then we ended up splitting that series with them 2 of 4. So that was all of that done. Now, other things have happened. We have done a trade, and that trade involved Ronnie Garcia and sending him off to the White Sox. Now, he had been a very reliable part of our bullpen. This last season, not so much. And, well, basically, I wanted to send him down to AAA to try and get his form. We had other players that were doing better that could have come in, and he did not want to be... he refused to be demoted. So we traded him, and the player that we got is not anybody exciting, but it's someone on a minor league deal. So, yeah, I mean, the takeaway here is basically that we've traded Ronnie Garcia, and we saved ourselves just over 1.7 million, I think it was. So we won't see his replacement, but we have saved a little bit of cash in the deal. So the next thing to catch you up on is the international amateur free agent, and we have signed ourselves a very, very decent-looking Italian, 16 years old, Donzel Speranza, potentially a very good bat, decent second baseman, relaxed, confident, aggressive when needed. Sounds like a good sort of professional athlete mentality to me, and well, we can only hope that he goes on to live up to that potential, and we'll have ourselves a very, very nice second baseman indeed. And now we have to review the first-year player draft. I told you a lot had happened. Now, first-round pick, we went with Ricky Miller. He is a third baseman, and hopefully, you know, he could be quite decent. Good infield arm, which is important for a third baseman. And yeah, if that bat comes through, he could be good. Now, he's only young, 18. We signed him out of high school. So yeah, we'll see how he gets on. Our second round pick is Chris Ford. I love the nickname Big Daddy for a 19-year-old, I should say. But, I mean, he's arguably even better than the first round pick we got. Certainly if this all lives up to expectation. Very, very quick, very good defensively, and quite a decent bat as well. So, again, let's hope he comes through and we get ourselves a decent center fielder. The only issue maybe is the outfield arm, but everything else about him looks quite good. Third round pick was yet another center fielder, though in truth, well, we'll see. He's got a better arm, maybe a right fielder. I didn't really see the need to get more starting pitchers. We have quite a few that are there or thereabouts, so I sort of went a little bit more on actual outfield players. And again, let's hope that he comes through. Could be a decent bat for us. Again, another one straight out of high school, so he might take a little bit longer to come through for us, but let's hope that he's worth the wait when he gets there. Fourth round pick, and now we get ourselves a starting pitcher, Joel Baxter, another one straight out of high school. There seem to be a lot of high school players in the draft this year. It's not necessarily just that I was, you know, only consciously drafting, I should say, younger players. But the issue I have with this guy is he doesn't have a great changeup, and I was sort of one of the first things that I was taught when I started playing this game by you guys was a starting pitcher really does need a changeup just to keep batters, you know, off balance. So we'll see what happens with him. I'm thinking with you know, really good stuff and maybe lacking elsewhere, and maybe just two decent pitchers, a bullpenner might be where his future lies, but if we get a decent bullpen out of the draft, then we'll take that as well, won't we? Fifth round pick, we went for another pitcher, and a little bit like the other guy, the last guy, another one that is going to be a bullpen guy because he doesn't really have a changeup. He does say future is bullpen anyway. So again, we'll see how he goes. Again, it's another guy straight out of high school, and the OSA ratings don't make him look too much better in terms of potential, but again, we'll see what we get with this sort of, you know, fifth round. We're getting sort of out of the more likely to play Major League Baseball players. And the sixth round pick, and where we'll stop the review, is a catcher, Luis Cantano, again out of high school. A decent-ish bat, you know, hard to get out, which is always a good attribute to have, particularly in someone that's going to be batting down the order if they get there, and potentially a decent catcher as well. So he might be more of a backup catcher than a first-choice catcher, but again, he does look like he could be a decent player. So let me know what you think of all of that, and we'll have a look now at our current team, and this is it. Now, there is the changes that we've made here is basically Ben Harris was doing really well as a starting pitcher, so I've kept him, and we've moved him into basically full-time into the starting rotation. Andrew Walling has come back in, and arguably we probably shouldn't have done that. He is basically, him coming off the injured list was what caused a problem with Garcia. So we've brought him back in. Hopefully he recaptures his form. And Mike Ruff has moved into the bullpen where he's doing a little bit better. So yeah, I'm quite happy with our starting rotation, to be honest. We've got, as I say, some youngsters coming through, but they're going to do, we don't have, maybe the Walling spot is the one that's up for grabs, but other than that, you know, we're not struggling for starting pitchers, and the bullpen is doing quite well as well. So that's all looking very promising. And have a look at the bats. Yeah, things you'll notice in the batting averages are improving. I mean, Austin Meadows, who was absolutely horrid, suddenly, that's Parker Meadows. He's batting .215, which isn't great by any means, but considering what he was doing, it's decent. Penengo has come in and done really well. Cabrera is another one that is struggling a little bit, certainly by his own standards. And the disappointment is Christian Robinson. I've tried to trade him. There's no takers. He will be off. I mean, maybe sooner rather than later. He doesn't have any option years left. If we come back next episode and he's not in the lineup or on the active roster, don't be surprised, basically. But we've got batting averages in the 300s, which is brilliant. Luis Garcia came in. He came in when Torkelson got injured. They just basically switched places. And we've been using Castillo and Edwards as the first baseman. So yeah, it's all looking very, very good. And of course, the other thing we've got to catch you up on before we get to the All-Star game is the standings. And you will see high-flying Tigers. We are 5.5 games clear and looking very, very good for the postseason at this point in time. Our recent form is good. You know, we're pitching well, we're hitting better. Wouldn't necessarily say well just yet. So it's all looking quite good. It's all looking quite good. And that brings us now, of course, to the All-Star game. And these are the squads that were chosen. You will notice that there are 3 Tigers. deGrom for the millionth time. We also had Ronnie Mauricio. It's a second All-Star call-up for him. And the other player of ours that made it was Tommy Edman. Well-deserved. A first All-Star game for him, I believe. And in a contract year, he's just doing everything he can to get the big contract next year, isn't he? So those are the American League All-Stars. These are the National League All-Stars. If you want to have a bit of a longer look there, just of course give it a quick pause, and you can do just that. I did post all this to the Discord earlier today as well, so if you want to have a bit of a look, link to Discord in the description, and you can sort of peruse at your own pace. Now we had the home run challenge. That was a Max Muncy victory. I've got to be honest, I didn't know he hit home runs, but apparently he does. And that brings us then to the All-Star game, which wasn't close. 13-3, the American League won. You have a bit closer look at everybody here, and yeah, I mean, it was just runs galore, wasn't it, for the American League? If you go down there, we can see all the hitting stats. You will notice Edmund here. He came in, he had 3 at-bats, 1 hit, and 2 strikeouts, so maybe not his greatest day at the plate, but he did okay. And the pitchers, I mean, it's disappointing for deGrom that he didn't pitch, but it means he can start for us today. Marinaccio did have an inning, and he got 2 strikeouts, no hits, no earned runs, and did his job very, very nicely indeed. So that is everything, I believe, caught up on. So let's go and have a look at our team today to face the Guardians. On your feet, Tigers fans, as tonight's starting lineup takes the field. At first base, it's Xavier Edwards. The second baseman is Tommy Edman. The third baseman is Luis Garcia. Your shortstop is Yordis Valdez. In left field, it is Riley Green. In center field this evening, it's Parker Meadows. In right field, Yohendrick Panengo. The designated hitter is Austin Meadows. Behind the plate, it's Blake Hunt. And your starting pitcher is Jacob deGrom. And this is it. So Tommy Edman will lead us off at second base. It's Garcia back in the lineup, playing third, batting second. Riley Green bats third in left field. His bat has improved recently. We've got Austin Meadows cleaning up at designated hitter. We've got Edwards at first base, batting 5. The reason for that is just breaking up all the left-handed hitters. You'll see we have a lot of lefties. We only actually have one righty in the lineup. We've got a couple of switch hitters though as well. Panengo bats 6. He's in right field. Parker Meadows in center field bats 7. It's Blake Hunter, the right-handed hitting catcher. He bats 8. Valdez, the shortstop, bats 9. And it is, as I say, Jacob deGrom on the mound. We're up against Jordan Hicks. 19 games for him, a 3.5 record, an ERA of 4.11, a whip of 1.16, 11.6 strikeouts per 9 inning, and this, on the surface of things, will be a very, very tough outing for our hitters. So, welcome. We've had a lot of home games, haven't we, recently? Welcome back to Detroit. It is Jimenez to lead them off, batting 257. And apologies again, I'm still just on the back end of the cold that sort of delayed the return from my holiday. So, if I cough and sniff and snuffle and all those sorts of fun things, apologies. I'll do my best to edit out as much of that disgusting sound as I can. As it's a ground ball, Valdez over to first, and that is a first pitch out. Excellent stuff. It brings Rocchio to the plate now, batting 281. An 0-1 pitch on him, and a ground ball, this time to the second base, Edman, and that will be 2 away. Bringing up Jose Ramirez, batting 277. An 0-1 pitch on him, 2 out, no one on. It's in towards center field. It drops in front of Parker Meadows, and it is a 2-out single for the Guardians. Bringing Abraham Toro to the plate, batting 284. A 1-2 pitch. Sitting down, Jacob. Straight up the middle. Valdez is there. Valdez to second base. Edman gets the out. And that'll do it for the top of the first. Let's go have a bat. Tommy Edman batting 331 will lead us off. Now, since last episode, he has got his 900th career hit, so well done to him on that front. And that is going to add 1 to the tally as it drops in front of the right fielder for a leadoff single. bringing to the plate the returning Louis Garcia, batting 315. There goes Edmund, and he's out by a country mile. Struck out at the plate, thrown out at second, and with no one on, 2 out, Riley Green steps in, batting 241. A full count, and Green into the shift, out at first, and that de-escalated quickly, didn't it? Alright, so that does it for the first. Up now will come Raul Munto, their catcher, batting 246. A 2-0 pitch, and slapped into right field, and that will be a leadoff double. Yes, it will, as Penengo gets that in. And, well, it was looking very nice for us, wasn't it? Palacio batting 256 comes in. Suddenly, we've got a double play. Runner at second. That should be out at first, and the runner will stay at second for them. So, 1 away. Bringing up Josh Naylor, batting 307. A 2-2, and deGrom, he was just admiring the pitch, wasn't he? That is 2 away. Miles Straw comes in now, batting 252. A first pitch swing, gets away from the catcher. Runner will go to third. Let's just get the man at the plate, please, deGrom. A 2-1 pitch. It is... Oh, it's going to be a base hit, is it? It is. It was an awkward one, wasn't it, off the bat? And it's an RBI infield single, the most annoying of RBI singles. And Bowers will come in now, batting 245. A 1-2 pitch. And that is whacked back up the middle. Almost took deGrom's head off. And there will be runners at first and second and third, sorry. Bit of good base running there from Bowers, and it brings Jimenez back up. And deGrom, well, we saw him last episode have a bit of a dodgy second inning, and he's done the same thing this game. That will be 2 more runs across the plate, 3 runs in the second, as a 2 RBI triple from Jimenez has us sitting in a hole. This is not what you expect from a deGrom start, is it? Rocchio comes up 0 for 1 today, a full count. Finally, deGrom ends the inning, but that got away from us, didn't it? We'll go and have a bat and hopefully start pegging it back. Austin Meadows batting 215. He will lead us off. And Meadows grounds it to first, and that will be 1 away. That brings up Xavier Edwards batting 322. It's an 0-1 pitch. It is skied very high. Center field is camped underneath it. And there we go, 2 away. Bringing up Penengo, batting 299 in his shortened season so far. A 1-1 pitch, 2 out, no one on. Penengo, that barely makes it back to the pitcher. And that will do it. We'll go and have another pitch. Ramirez, who is 1 for 1, will lead them off. And deGrom strikes him out on 3 wonderful pitches. Toro now, who is 0 for 1. A 2-0 pitch. And that should be out at first as well. Good job, Edmund. And Raul Munto, who of course started off the disastrous second. This time around, he strikes out, and that is a very, very quick third inning. Parker Meadows now comes in, batting 257. He's actually the more impressive Meadows with the bat so far this season, which is not what I saw coming. It brings Blake Hunt in, batting 223. I have actually looked at trying to trade Austin Meadows. There's not really anything. I mean, now he's got his big salary. That doesn't help the cause, but as Valdez will ground out to end at the bottom of the third. But yeah, no one's really offering us anything for him, so I figure I'd rather just wait around and hope he refines his form at this point. deGrom will face Palacios to lead them off. 0 for 1 he is today, and that should be 0 for 2. And there we go. Josh Naylor now. He is 0 for 1 as well. A full count on him. And, ooh, didn't look far away, but it's a walk, bringing Straw to the plate, who of course got RBIs last time up. This time that could be a double. No, it's just 1. So the runner's at second, but there is 2 away, and Bowers at the plate, another guy who got on base last time around. This time around he does the same thing, and he will add to the lead as he gets an RBI double. 4-0 the Guardians now lead us. And deGrom will face Jimenez, who got the 2 RBI triple last time around. deGrom's having a bad day, isn't he? He's still in all-star mode. 1-0 is now the count on Jimenez, and that is going to add another run. We are 5-0 down in the 4th. And is it time, with a relatively fresh bullpen, to get deGrom out of this one? Rocchio, that should end the inning. It does, but more damage done. We are 5 runs down, and we're going to go back in the bottom of the 4th. Tommy Edman to lead us off. He is 1 for 1 so far today, a 3-0 pitch, and he gets himself on. Now, if he could not get himself thrown out trying to steal second, that would be helpful. Garcia, who struck out last time around. This time he hits it really well, straight away centre field, and that should be enough to score Edman. He's rounding. No, he stays. He holds. But it's a double for Garcia. Runners at second and third with no one out for Riley Green, who is 0 for 1 today. It's a 2-2 pitch. Riley Green gets it up the middle. That might score 2. It's Garcia. He is rounding. He's going home. It's a 2 RBI single for Green, who ends up at second. It's 5-2 with no one out. Austin Meadows to the plate. Now, Austin Meadows, since last episode, has got his 200th career home run. Oh, it's not going to quite get past. And his 600th career RBI. So he has had a little bit of good things happening for him. Xavier Edwards with 1 out runner at third will come in now. Edwards grounds it to the second baseman. That will score a run. So it's 5-3. 2 away, no one on. Penengo at the plate. A 3-1 pitch. And Penengo, run. He's going to get there. An infield hit. So the inning continues. Penengo injured on the play, and we've had to take him out of the game. Cabrera comes in. That's just a like for like. It's not the end of the world, but hopefully the Penengo injury isn't too serious. And we end the inning there. Who would have that been? Parker Meadows, I think, strikes out to end the inning. So we've pulled ourselves back into the game. Ramirez will face deGrom, and Ramirez will pop it up. And not even moving out there is Riley Green, and that'll be 1 away. All right, Abraham Toro now, who is 0 for 2. A full count. And a strikeout. One other thing that we need to have a discussion on, Altman, our manager's contract is up at the end of the season. Now, I have spoken to Paws. He's not interested in becoming the manager just yet. So that begs the question then, do we keep faith with Altman? My initial instinct is yes. He has done a good job for us, as Blake Hunt will lead us off in the bottom of the 5th. And he'll do so with a strikeout. Yeah, so my initial thought is yes. I don't think we're underachieving. I think we're maybe doing just as good as we would expect to be. Tommy Edman now, who is 1 for 1 with a walk. So yeah, my initial thought is yes, we keep Altman, even if it's not just sort of a 1 or 2 year extension. But interested in what you guys think of that. And so we go to the top of the 6th now. Palacios to lead them off. deGrom still going. And deGrom with a strikeout, 1 away. Josh Naylor now, who's 0 for 1. I think he walked last time up. First pitch this time into the shift. Valdez has it over to first, and that'll be 2 away for Miles Straw. 1 for 2 he is today. An 0-2 pitch, and deGrom rings up another one. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th, where Garcia will lead us off. He is 1 for 2 today. It's a 1-0 count. And Garcia rips it through the right side of the infield for a leadoff single. All right, Riley Green, who got the 2 RBI double, or single it was actually, wasn't it? And he's gone the other way this time, and that is going to be another hit. And, oh, it's an error. Now, that error might allow us to score a run. No. But for the second inning in a row, isn't second inning in a row? Anyway, we've got runners at first, at second and third. We've got no one out, and Austin Meadows at the plate. He's 0 for 2. Austin Meadows pops it up. Is it deep enough? We're going to try for it. It looks like it might be. So Meadows with a sac fly brings us to within 1, and that tying run is at second with 1 away, and Xavier Edwards at the plate. And Xavier Edwards, that should do it. He's going to get turn and go. He is, and Garcia will score. It's Edwards with the RBI single. We're tied at 5. And it's Cabrera now coming into bat. Batting .235 this season. Let's see what he can do. Coming into the game, of course, for Penengo. And is that a double play, Cabrera? He's just having an off year. It's fine. So runner out at second. Meadows will come in. The Parker variety. And Meadows will strike out. And that will end at the 6th. But we have managed to draw ourselves level here. And deGrom will continue to Bowers, who is 2 for 2. An 0-2 pitch. And a strikeout for deGrom. Number 8 of the game. He's quietly, I mean, it's one of these that seems stupid to say. He's done well, except when he hasn't, if that makes sense. And that has been launched in the air. Cabrera will make the catch there. That's going to be 2 away. And it will be Rocchio now, who is 0 for 3 in what could be deGrom's final batter, having reached the 100 pitch limit, or not limit, but count, I should say. So it's 5-5. We're going to the bottom of the 7th, but first we stretch. So Jordan Hicks will continue. It's going to be Blake Hunt to lead us off. He is 0 for 2 today, a 1-1 pitch, and Blake Hunt rips it up the middle. And he has himself... Oh, it's got through the centre fielder out there. That's the second outfield error for the Guardians today. And we have a runner at second, and Valdez at the plate. 0 for 2 he is today. Can he get himself on base here? He can. And with the top of the order coming up, we have a decent opportunity here to give ourselves a lead for the first time. It's Edmund, who is 1 for 3, and that is up the middle, and I don't know how quick Blake Hunt is. He is going to come around, and Edmund will give us a lead with an RBI single. So still no one out. Runners at first and second. Garcia at the plate, who is 2 for 3. He's going to face the new man, Nick M. That is as close as I'm going to attempt to get to that. A 2-2 pitch, and there's a strikeout to start things off for the new man on the mound. And Riley Green, who is 2 for 3. An 0-1 pitch, and Riley Green having a day out. Gets it into left field. The runner will hold at third, though, to load the bases with 1 away for Austin Meadows. If there was ever a time for him to come back to his very, very best form, it's a full count. This is it. And he walks in a run. Well, the Cleveland manager rightly will be tearing his hair out, but it's 7-5. It's Xavier Edwards to the plate with loaded bases. Now, he's unlikely to hit a home run, but he is likely to put it into the outfield. That's going to score 2 more, I would imagine. Oh, no, just 1. So an RBI single to move everybody around 1 for Edwards. It's 8-5. And Daniel Cabrera now comes in to bat. He is 0 for 1 today, having come in for Penengo. And, oh, he's absolutely robbed. A really good catch at second base. That is 2 away now for Parker Meadows. Bases still loaded. 2-2 pitch. And Parker Meadows! Oh! One of the Meadows can do it. Parker Meadows with the grand slam. 454 feet. And it is 12-5. And suddenly this game is comfortable. And it is Parker Meadows that comes up big for us. Another pitching change. Kubert will come on to face Blake Hunt, who started this whole inning off. And with no one on, 2 out, 0-1 pitch. Blake Hunt will keep it going for us. A 2-out single for the catcher. Valdez now comes in. He's 0 for 2 today. He's already walked once this inning. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Valdez, is that going to drop in? If Valdez is getting hits, then this is just game over. So there we go. It was a 50th hit of the season. I think that said for Valdez. It's going to be Diego Castillo pinch hitting. We are starting to take pity on them. Edmund out, Castillo in, and Castillo gets a good piece of it. But straight to right field. And that ends a 7th inning where we scored 7 runs. It's 12-5. deGrom will continue. And he's going to face the pinch hitting Shurik, who is batting 192 this season. And deGrom will get a ground out of him. And Castillo at first will make the catch. Did I see it first? So Castillo's gone to first. Edwards to second. Okay, and then second and shortstop and third are the same. So that will do it for deGrom. 7.1 inning, 5 earned runs, and Mike Ruff will come onto the mound. A 1-2 pitch for him. And he starts things off with a 1-out single into center field. All right, it brings Realmuto to the plate. He is 1 for 3. A full count, and Ruff gets the strikeout for 2 away, bringing Palacios in, who's 0 for 3. Can we keep the O? He's it's an 0-1 pitch. It's a ground ball to Valdez over to second, and that'll do it for the top of the 8th. And we'll go and have a bat. Hopefully, better be anyway for the last time. Garcia, who's 2 for 4, will lead us off with the 2-0 pitch, and Garcia gets under 1. And right field will make the catch in foul territory for 1 away. All right, that brings up Christian Robinson pinch hitting now. He is batting 163 this season, and I suspect a strikeout. Oh, he's made contact, so that's progress for him. But that's a signing that just hasn't worked out for us. So, like I say, we'll cut our losses. We do have Mo Hampton Jr., who we're giving a season in AAA to for development. Austin Meadows, I think that was, lines out to center field. So a 1-2-3 inning for us. And we'll go and hopefully close this thing out. Dom Nunez will come in to pinch hit. He is 3 for 10 so far this season. A 1-1 pitch. A ground ball gets through the infield, and that'll be a leadoff single. But yeah, we'll cut our losses on Robinson at the end of the season, I think. Again, another one. Carbon copy. And runners at first and second. Now, we do have a 7-run lead here, so we don't need to panic. But it wouldn't surprise anybody to see this get tight, would it? Oh, an 0-2 pitch and you've hit him to load the bases with no one out. Jimenez now, who is 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs. And can we get the out at the plate? Oh, we can't get any outs. Another infield RBI single. So it's 12-6 now. And I just wonder, yeah, we do take Mike Ruff off. Powell will come onto the mound. Rocky goes at the plate. He's 0 for 4. And can Holden Powell just get this done for us? There's a strikeout. Brings Shurik back up to the plate. 0 for 1 today. A 1-0 pitch. And a pop-up. Now, Christian Robinson does have a decent arm. And he will prevent a run from scoring. So that is 2 away with loaded bases. Abraham Toro to the plate. 1 for 4 he is today. A full count. Is this going to be the end? No, it is not. As 2 runs will come across the plate. Still 2 out. Mike Ruff's day gets a little bit worse. And Will Klein will now come in what I'm assuming is a save situation. It's a 2-2 pitch. Can Klein close it out for us, please, and thank you. There we go. Oh, my throat didn't quite make it to the end, but 12-8. We have beaten the Guardians. So it's Parker Mehta who's the unlikely hero. That grand slam proving the difference. And he doesn't hit many home runs. It's his first of the season. Oh, hang on. No, it's not. It's his 8th of the season. So he does hit home runs, apparently. But, yeah, I mean, he's just having a wonderful year. And, yeah, it makes you wonder why we didn't just stick with him. A hero, of course, for us in the postseason last season. Now, the injury for Penengo is still diagnosis pending. So we'll keep our fingers crossed that that's not going to be anything too serious for him. But we do have options. We can bring in Mo Hampton Jr. for one. Might be a good opportunity to get him in. Vega, of course, who we dropped down to AAA just to get because he wasn't doing well. If you go and have a look at how Vega is getting on, you know, his AAA form, he's batting .212, on-base percentage of .363, 15 home runs, though. So we'll probably, if the Penengo injury is more long-term, we'll probably look to bring Vega back in and just see how he does. One other trade I should say that we did as well, we managed to get in this guy. I forget who or why, but we got him in for somebody. I think I was just trying to get rid of somebody who was a free agent or something. But yeah, he could be useful for us. Yeah, potentially a decent bat. Well, yeah, one of these guys that can play anywhere reasonably well. So, yeah, I mean, he's AAA for now, but we'll just kind of see what happens. But that'll do it for today. If you have enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget, of course, to subscribe if you're new. We'll be back next time. I think we'll come back. The White Sox are they're the team that we're battling with for the division. So we'll come back for Game 4 of this series the day after a doubleheader, which is tough, but we've got a rest day just beforehand, so it should be okay. And if you are interested, I am starting a brand new series, brand new game on Formula 1 Manager. There's a link there to episode 1. I suggest you come and join me for that. It should be a lot of fun. Take care.